all the miracles of God that God is moving with. As everybody knows, I'm looking right here at drudgereport.com. And there we are, drudgereport.com. Look, Tim, we're covering ourselves by the hand of God on drudgereport.com,
Yes.
the world's largest internet portal
Yes.
for news in the world. In the world.
Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands
Tens
of
of
people are learning, perhaps millions
My
of people
gosh,
are learning
millions.
about the event that's going to happen on the 28th. Although the headline is a little bit,
You know, the headline is what it is.
a
Church
little bit
blessing
clickbait, a little bit
for
clickbait.
AR-15s. But there it is. And the reality of the matter is, Drudge gets every 31 days. That's just their statistics. They get 1 billion views, 1.4 million views per hour. Okay, that doesn't mean everybody who clicks on 1.4 million people who watch Drudge per hour are watching that website, that headline.
But we're in the upper left-hand corner. That's the most
But
prominent place.
Look at that. It's the most prominent. You can see it right here for yourself. Look at it for yourself. Right here on drudgereport.com. This is the main page of drudgereport.com. And there you go. How come we can't see that like that? How come you guys will cut that screen off? There we go. Okay, let's get the whole screen on there. So everybody can see it. Why is that cut off like that? There we go. All right, so there it is. Second story to the left. Last night we had like 2 lines there.
Yes, we had 2 lines, yes.
But there it is right there. Church to hold blessing for AR-15s. A little bit of a clickbait.
Yeah, it's a little bit, difference in a preposition.
a little bit of a
with AR-15s would be more accurate. For AR-15s is, clickbaitish, but that's okay.
You know, it is a blessing for the blessing of marriage. Okay. And the blessing
People
of
are being
marriage.
blessed. People are being blessed.
People being blessed. The blessing of marriage makes one stand in the position of a king and queen before God. And the accoutrements of a king or queen before God and a co-heir with Christ are the crown and the rod of iron. These are the biblical accoutrements, okay, of the kingdom of God and of kings and queens. Look, all these people want to say this is so crazy, crazy good. Look, nobody has a problem if Prince Harry or Prince Charles or whatever want to wear a crown and if they want to have an AR-15. Nobody has a problem with that. Even though it's illegal in their countries, okay, for normal citizens to own a crown and own a AR-15. But they can own it. See that? Do you see that? But these are false bloodlines. These are false bloodlines of Satan's kingdoms. These are not Christ's bloodlines. Prince Charles himself is a eager, testifier that his own descent from his lineage, his own ancestry, leads you to Vlad the Impaler and the Transylvania monarchy, which was known for drinking babies' blood to be youthful. I mean, this, you can't make this up, but this is the reality of these, quote, monarchies that exist. And these are monarchies that are not from Christ, and these are monarchies that are of satanic lineage. But nobody has a problem with them if they want a gun. Nobody has a problem with them if they don't want to get molested by TSA. They don't have to go through it. They have the super elite line that lets them have a free pass through the airport or in their private jet, whatever the heck it is. Okay? But people have a problem when poor Asians and dark-skinned Asians wear crowns and have rods of iron. Let's get some pictures of that of the Milford News Eagle powwow that they had, the white supremacist powwow in Milford. Boy, Tim, I was shocked. You know, all this talk about white supremacy on the news, I didn't think white supremacy existed in America. But when I saw that Milford thing, boy, white supremacy is alive and well in America, in the Liberal Party. These liberal progressive Democrats are doing a powwow against poor Asian people because they're angry calling us a cult and saying we kidnap and human traffic and murder people in the 80s, when it was them who were, quote, deprogramming our members, kidnapping our members, many times torturing our members with sleep deprivation, food deprivation, etc., for their, quote, deprogramming program. And then they're saying we're kidnapping people when they're the ones that were kidnapping people. Is this insane? Even in our own congregation, we have people that have been kidnapped and were tortured with sleep deprivation, etc., you name it. Quote, deprograms, which the Supreme Court ruled on, right? Didn't the Supreme Court rule on some of our cases? Yes. Anyways, the Supreme Court ruled that that was unconstitutional and that they had to stop that. Do you have the exact cases there?
No, I don't.
But you can't just kidnap people because they're following a religion. But it's like unbelievable. These white supremacist racists in Milford having a powwow. Where was their little? Let's get a picture of their little of their video.
You can go to the News Eagle Facebook page, and it's on there.
Okay, News Eagle Facebook page, and go find that. Wow, I didn't know white supremacy and white privilege really existed in America until I saw those elite progressives, which are really regressives, in Milford, the town just next door, exhibiting white privilege, exhibiting white supremacy, exhibiting complete racism, exhibiting, anti-Asian, anti-minority rhetoric, just because we don't look like you, just because we don't dress like you, just because we're not in your white supremacist elite white privilege, doesn't mean you get to pick on people who are exercising their constitutional rights of freedom of religion and the freedom and the right to bear arms, which is a biblical and God-given right. Just because we're not in your polo clubs and in your little golf clubs, you don't get to pick on people because we may be different from you. What totalitarian tyrants. Wow. White supremacist racists here in Milford. Tim, I feel unsafe. People should feel unsafe going to Milford. Unsafe. Because there are white supremacists walking on. Look at these white supremacists.
There you have it, yes.
Wow, look at these racist white supremacists. Look at these racist white supremacists, quote, protesting the event where we're exercising our Second Amendment rights, our freedom of religion, our freedom of speech, where we already are in communication with law enforcement, telling them and telling everybody what we're doing publicly. How are we a cult if we're the biggest religion in the founder's lifetime? Okay, how are we a cult if look at these white supremacists, look at these racists, look at them in their little white privileged hats and polo shirts. Look how much you better check your white privilege. Look at these racist white supremacists. Look at these Nazis. I mean, these people are the ones who actually support Nazi gun control. These are the kind of people that actually support disarmament of the public, okay? Which Hitler did, by the way. They're supporting Nazi policies. Okay, not given the fact that, and of course, on top of that, they're also probably Hillary Clinton supporters, who was funded by George Soros, a literal Nazi, folks.
One of the people there identified himself as being from the Delaware Valley Democratic Club. So you can assume that they're probably...
So look, they confirm it. The Nazis, okay, the pro-Nazi, the racist white supremacists, the white privilege, powwow,
and also we also have to be careful that people look at
Asian poor Asian haters talking about hate speech in white Milford, where it's like 98% white. Okay? Probably more than that. Probably more than that. Gather together
And the fact
to make ridiculous claims. How are we a cult? When all our members freely associate, we all own our private property, we all own our own guns, we all own our own vehicles, we all own, nothing is held in common, we don't live on a compound. Everybody's a productive member of society, paying their taxes. And these racist, white supremacist, white privileged, so-called Americans who are anti-American, pro-disarmament of the peoples, Hillary Clinton supporters, little totalitarian control freaks, and they are, look at them in the little powwow, gathering together in their little white privileged, elitist, supremacist cult, admittedly from the DNC, from the local DNC. I mean, look at these anti-human, anti-American people who don't want honest, law-abiding people, citizens, to be armed. And are against people exercising their own constitutional rights and training the next generation to stand up for their own rights and to know and how to keep and bear arms, which is, by the way, a constitutional right since the founding fathers. Look at these white privileged, racist white supremacists. Wow. I heard all this stuff about the Trump supporters being white supremacists. I have never met a Trump supporter who was a racist. They want to talk about white privilege? It exists alive and well here in Milford, Pennsylvania. The white supremacist, white privileged elites of Milford that are against freedom of religion, freedom of speech, that are against the Second Amendment, total racists, picking on a poor, a small little Asian church, predominantly Asian and minority church. We are the most diverse church in this area. By far. We are by far the most diverse church. Look at that. They call that diversity? It's a white supremacist powwow. They might as well be wearing white Ku Klux Klan outfits. Because the Ku Klux Klan was started and run by the Democratic Party. And look at that, they want minorities to be disarmed. Look at that. Where's your Ku Klux Klan? Where's the Klans member hats and outfits, huh? Hey, Klans members. Where's your Klans members outfits? Huh? Check your white privilege. Check your white supremacist privilege. Want to pick on a very diverse church. The most diverse church probably in Pennsylvania. At least in Northeast Pennsylvania.
I told
in
the
our
News
county.
Eagle reporter that I listed some of the countries that we represent just off the top of my head. We have Asia, we have Middle East, we have Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, and so forth, Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, not just Japan and Korea. I told her that if you were to come here and have people line up husband and wife, and go down the line, most of the marriages in our church are international marriages.
Most of the marriages are international marriages.
Yes, international and interracial, yes.
But you have this little white privileged, white supremacist powwow here in Milford, talking about how it's a cult. They're a cult.
Yes.
Look at that, white privilege alive and well in America.
Yes.
And where is the left? Where is the Washington Post? Where is all the leftist media not covering this? These Nazis that want to do gun control and want to disarm the public and poor Asian people. Unbelievable. Wow. You know what we got to do? All right, we're going to do this.